it's Chef Jen again, the chef instructor from the Frisco ISD CTE Center. Today we're going to play with lasagna. Now, you really can't screw up lasagna, okay? There's like a gazillion different ways to prepare it and different things you can do with it. You can go vegetarian, you can fill it full of meat and cheese, any kind of pasta, whatever you want to do. Today we're going to do a gluten-free lasagna. Now I know you're thinking, gluten-free, how are we going to pull this off? Well, we're going to make a gluten-free lasagna noodle. And what's really cool is if you've never made your own pasta before, this is a great way and a first time because it doesn't actually matter what the pasta looks like when you're done with it because you're going to bury it in layers of cheese and vegetables and other good stuff. So if your pasta is not so pretty, this is a very forgiving recipe that you can use. So what we're going to start with is our favorite dude, old Bob. We love Bob. We've got some flaxseed here. You're going to want to use flax meal. If you buy flaxseed, you're going to want to definitely grind it up yourself. And 2 tablespoons of our flaxseed. Flaxseed is so good for you. It's full of omega-3 fatty acids, and you know what else it does? Not to get too personal, but it keeps you regular. Now, you're not going to have like the runs or anything. It's not going to get disastrous, but it is very good for continuing to metabolize all the food product through your intestines. So I highly recommend 2 tablespoons a day just for good health. We're going to add 6 tablespoons of warm tap water. You don't want it to be hot, but warm. And we're going to be mixing it together with garbanzo bean flour. And we're going to do this like the real Italians do, okay? We're going to put our flour, our garbanzo bean flour, right on our work surface. Now that we've got our garbanzo bean flour on our work surface, we're going to make a little well right in the center. Nice tall edges. And you can see what our flaxseed has done here. It's gotten kind of gummy. And we're going to put it right in the center. Slowly work our flour from the inside of the hill down into our little puddle of the flaxseed. We're just going to start bringing it together. You might have to add 1 or 2 tablespoons of warm water. It's different every time. I was making this the other day and I had to add 4 tablespoons of warm water. All right, so you formed it into a nice little ball here, but it's feeling probably a little abused because we worked it so much. So what you need to do is wrap it up in plastic wrap, let it hang out for about 20 minutes or so. Wrap it up in plastic wrap. We're going to let it hang out and sit. After it has rest for 20 minutes or so, we're going to roll it out. Now, you can see this is half a ball. What I recommend that you do is take your dough and cut it into quarters. So you have 4 pieces. I only have 2 pieces here because I just did 2 already. All right, so we've got a little bit of our garbanzo bean flour, and we're just going to put a little bit on our work surface here. And I'm going to give it a little pat. All right, so we're going to roll it out. My mother always told me you can have better precision if you stick your tongue out, all of that. Ah! Whoa, holy smokes. No need to panic. Oh, little lasagna noodle. We almost lost it on that one. Let's give our rolling pin a little extra flour, help it out. You're going for a relatively thin noodle, 1/8 of an inch perhaps. And this is where our little friend, the bench scraper, comes in handy because look at how cool. That's going to fit in there nicely. Yay! All right, so now you're going to use this little cutie pie to get your pasta off your work surface. Scrape that off. You really will want to use your bench scraper to get that off, otherwise you will have a hot mess on your hands. Let's do our other ball of dough. Remember, break your dough up into 4 balls. If you try to do the whole ball all at once, you will have a nasty mess. And we're just going to gently lay our 2 pieces of noodles, our little lasagna noodles, right into the water. Now, I will warn you, because the noodle is this big, don't get freaked out if it tears on you when you're trying to get it out of the pot. Because again, remember, we're putting it in lasagna. Nobody's going to see it, so it's totally okay. All right, here's some that I did just a little while ago. And you can see they tore on me too. That is okay. We'll see what luck we have today trying to get these out. So what we're going to do is we've got our grilled vegetables. I have a little bit of Parmesan cheese here and mozzarella. This is a mixture of a low-fat ricotta with 1 egg, Parmesan, mozzarella, salt and pepper, and some fresh basil. I love basil. So that had to go in. And we've got some marinara right here. So we're going to put a little bit of our marinara down on the bottom of our buttered dish. And then we're going to lay on a little bit of our noodle action. And then we'll take some of our vegetables. This is eggplant. And then we've got some squash and zucchini and our beautiful mushrooms. Oh, I'm loving these mushrooms. Then we'll add in this. The egg, you don't actually have to put the egg in if you don't want to. I like the way it helps bind everything together. Get this nice and mixed up, and we're going to throw a few spoonfuls right over the top. And now we top it with our marinara. Smooth that over a little bit. Now another layer of our noodles. And press those down a little bit so that you fill up the pan. And back on with our vegetables, our eggplant, our squash, our zucchinis, and our mushrooms. Our cheese mixture. And our marinara. We're going to go for one more layer. I'm feeling racy. Let's do it. And then we're going to top it with a little bit of mozzarella and a little bit of Parmesan. All right. You're going to cover your casserole pan with foil and pop it into a 400-degree oven for about 45 minutes. Then you're going to take the foil off and let it go another 15 to 20 minutes so it gets nice and golden brown and bubbly on top. All right, so this has been Chef Jen, the chef instructor at the CTE Center for Frisco ISD. Hope you enjoyed today's gluten-free lasagna. Give it a shot. I think it turned out pretty good. I'd eat it. Enjoy.